Hey, what's up guys? J-Man FPV here. This is part 1 of how to properly build a Chameleon. This is my first video, so bear with me, and I hope my English is good enough. I wanted to make this video because I searched on the cleanest way to mount an OSD to a KISS setup and I couldn't find much info, and I think I came up with a pretty clean way to do it. Also, I would like to mention that I'm gonna switch to KISS. I've used KISS in the past, but not much. It was good, but at the time I started using Raceflight. I've been using Raceflight for 1 year now, but lately I'm having issues with it, so I want to try something else. I'm really impressed with the current development of KISS because I recently built a quad with some old parts with a V1 flight controller, and the quad just flies great. So back to the parts overview. The frame, I choose the Chameleon TI over the Rooster because I already had Chameleon TI, the old one, and I just like the frame, the unibody design. For the camera, I choose the Runcam 2 Rotorized Edition. The motors, I'm using the Hypetrain. They are pretty good motors. I had them playing around, so I'm gonna using in this build. I hesitate to use the T-Motor F60 Pro that I have for a new build, but yeah, let's see. For the VTX, I'm gonna use the TBS Unify Pro V3. I've been using this VTX for quite some time and I'm really happy with it. For the receiver, the TBS Crossfire Nano. Not too much to say about this, it just works, it's perfect. The flight controller, I'm using the new KISS V2. For the OSD, I'm gonna use the Furious FPV Piggy OSD V2. The ESCs, I'm gonna use the KISS 32 amps, 32 bits. When I say how to properly KISS the Chameleon, I mean the PDB, the 5V regulator and the OSD. MR Steele PDB is a great PDB, but on this frame it's gonna be too bulky, so I came up with this idea to use the Matek FCHUB-A5. This is a power distribution board done for their Mini F4 flight controller with a 5V regulator. The thing I like about this PDB is the fact that I can mount the Piggy OSD here, and also you have on each side you have a telemetry pad which you can connect the KISS ESC, and then with just one wire you wire it to the flight controller. So I think it's the cleanest way to do it. Also, you can add a capacitor here, so let's see how this goes. Now some of you might wonder why I mount the Piggy OSD on top of it. I really don't like to mount it on the back of the camera like it's supposed to be, and if I need to change camera or whatever, it's much simpler. I just unplug the wire and it's okay. If I glue it or if I screw it, it's more work I have. So to mount this on the PDB, what I'm gonna do is use double-sided tape. Then on that double-sided tape I'll use aluminum tape just to isolate a bit the noise coming from the PDB, because a lot of current will flow here. Then I will put again double-sided tape and glue the Piggy OSD, so it should be fine. The way this is supposed to go, basically it goes like this. Piggy OSD goes here, and then I like to use these rubber standoffs. They work really great to soft mount the flight controller. So normally it goes like this, and then I'll put the flight controller on top, and I'll be using this orientation because it's cleaner. The wires from the side, from the battery, will not touch, and if I need to connect a USB cable, I just use a L-shaped USB cable, so it goes from the side, so I have enough space for that. I'll be using a capacitor on the PDB, so on the dedicated space, and another capacitor on the front. Basically I use these two pads here, the plus and the minus. The TBS Unify Pro will go on the back like this. I'm still thinking if I'm gonna use the provided mount. This is easier to install, but in a crash the antenna might break, so I'll maybe 3D print some TPU custom mount. For the wiring of the PDB to the KISS FC, I'm gonna use some connectors which I will wire from the flight controller, and then the other side will be soldered to the PDB. So if for some reason I need to take the flight controller, I just unplug and it's it's done. The only thing I will solder on the flight controller will be the crossfire, so the receiver. This is the only thing that will be directly soldered here. I think that's it. Let me know what you guys think of this kind of videos, if you like to see more of this stuff, and what you guys think of this idea. Part 2 will be the build video. I'm not gonna go into much detail how to build. I'm just gonna show how I lay out things here to make them as clean as possible. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you didn't subscribe, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for part 2. Cheers, and I'll see you guys later.